Hello there and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Fall of the Republic preview playthrough as the Confederacy of Independent Systems. In the last episode or two, we've been on the defensive with the Republic kind of smashing us at every possible location. We did manage to take Arinda, but I don't know if the Republic decides they want it back, if we're going to be able to hold it. The idea here being that we will be able to protect the intergalactic banking clan's planets until we can absorb them. Unfortunately, there were some fixes that had to be, or some different stuff that had to be done with the sub-factions, the different corporations, that we weren't aware of before this preview started, so they won't build properly. Apparently, a lot of the income stuff in Empire at War only works if a faction is set to playable, so we have made a workaround for that, but it does mean I'm going to have to be very protective of our allies and just kind of use them as buffer zones for now. Especially since we're playing on Cruel, we are going to be on the back foot for a little while here, but I'm sure it'll be fine. We're not in any danger. We do have a Malevolence, or a Subjugator, which is fairly helpful, and we will hopefully be able to hold on to that. But our goal for the moment, now that we have Arinda, is to try to take over the rest of the western reaches here, which are these planets down here. We're probably going to go for Tiburon first, then we can move some of the forces off Mustafar. So basically Tiburon, Wustri, Dara, Malastare, and Naboo are our main targets. So yeah, I guess we'll go for Tiburon. And we should be able to hold on to a lot of what we have. We have a lot of choke points secured.
Tactical battle imminent.
So we can just start picking away at some of their less defended planets. When we do get to the more defended stuff, we should hopefully have enough ships around. I should also say I am doing this when I have had very little sleep, because I'm trying to get a lot of videos prepared for the weekend for both Datapad and Loses, as well as having just worked on, just gotten out the Imperial Civil War release yesterday. So sleep has not happened much.
Choose your reinforcements.
So that can mean some sentences that don't make sense, and it can also mean some tactics that don't make sense. And I think we're used to that here, so.
Enemy forces ahead.
We've got even worse pathfinding coming in. Okay. Flying Potato. Roger Dodger. They can keep that Corvette. I don't need it. A lot of the particles like that are going to start getting reworked fairly soon. We're mostly working on the environment stuff right now. Valerie and Rogue have done a lot to improve those. But there's still going to be a lot of VFX that are updated after that. We can start moving some of this other stuff up too. So I don't know that we really need more with Dooku, because we have a lot of stuff here. They have hopefully not enough to kill us. Alright, this map is familiar. Alright, Dooku.
Choose your reinforcements.
Sora. I'll get some battle droids in. Hellfires. Dooku can convert infantry, so he'll be useful to have around.
Yes.
Sora, aka Luke. And I won't land the Tri-Droid until we're up here, because that's going to be super slow.
At maximum unit capacity. We've secured a build pad.
Actually, I should order that first, and then that.
We'll get there as soon as we can.
I'm with you. Stay close to me. I'll be there.
We've lost
I'm
a
here.
build pad. We've secured a landing zone.
It'd actually be really nice to get the
Right away.
landing pad that's up
Let me
here.
help you.
But I don't know what they
Build
have
pad.
Setting course.
for other units. So let's try to make our way up there now.
Battalion standing by.
Persuaders, Hellfires,
Answering your call.
battle droids can come up
We'll be there.
as
That's
soon
your
as they're
command.
here.
How can I help
Dooku
you?
and Sora. Right, we got 4 more of the Persuaders coming.
Pad.
Deploying.
I'd like to build and use a few more AATs.
Skywalker here.
They're some of our best vehicles,
Ready for action.
or like the most flexible ones.
Understood. It's your payroll.
We've located the enemy.
Abandoned sensor array.
Time order. Copy.
We've secured
Scanning
a
for
build
enemies.
pad.
Commander Skywalker reporting.
Ready. I've got them on
We've lost a
scopes.
build pad.
Where do you need me? I understand.
Activating. There they are.
Awaiting your signal.
Alright, Hailfires.
Copy.
Dooku, get us some clones.
May the force be with me. Unit
Alright,
destroyed.
Dooku, you can get out of there now.
Reporting. Transmit the order.
We've secured a build pad.
I copy. Unit destroyed.
It's really helpful when you can just capture all their stuff.
Yeah. Unit destroyed.
Base is under attack.
I'm with you.
Usually, I don't think that's supposed to work on vehicles, but I'm not going to complain.
I understand.
Coordinates. Initiate sweep.
Alright, we needed a nice clean victory, so I'm pleased.
Bombing run
Unit
available.
destroyed.
Nolan did switch out the, ooh, they have an AA turret there.
Gold Squadron
This might not work.
commencing attack.
But Nolan did switch out the garrisons, so all this stuff with like ATSTs and ATATs, that has been removed in the actual mod build.
Choose
So you don't need to worry about that when it comes to release.
Roger that.
But for part of this playthrough, at least, until I can transfer the files over. I'm not entirely sure if that'll mess with the saves. There's a bunch of stuff I do want to move over to the playthrough. But... And for anyone new to the channel, that is one of the things that kind of goes along with them being previews. There'll always be some stuff that's work in progress still.
Reporting.
Like the mod is... That's why the mod isn't released yet. Because there's still stuff that's being worked on. So don't be too worried about that. There will be a full beta period for...
Hours. What's the deal?
Even for anything that I miss or forget about. There'll be
Yes, sir.
a lot of time for that to be fixed before release.
Attack that target.
Stay close to me.
Active. Heading to coordinates.
Yes, Commander.
Okay.
Attacking target.
We've lost a build pad.
Ready for your orders, sir.
We've secured
Let's go kill the anachronisms.
Changing course. Battalion standing by.
We've lost a build pad.
I'm here.
Dooku, Sora. One of the things I do want to change next is the hero selection blobs.
Ready. Attacking. Time order. Copy. Target.
'Cause those are fairly simple, and I keep meaning to do it.
Let me help you.
Sora, can you come destroy more stuff?
Ready. Firing.
Bombardment available.
As you can hear, the clone voices have been switched.
Got them on scopes. There they are.
Skywalker here.
All right.
We've secured a build pad.
They're falling back.
We are victorious.
There's Tiburon. That time on Tiburon is now completed.
Planetary control achieved.
I'm going to reference and use as many Clone Wars cartoon episode titles as I can in the playthrough. That's my Corey loses guarantee.
Constructing.
Alright, this round of funding we will put into actual units. I was saying that I wanted to build some HMPs.
Cruiser reporting.
So let's make sure we get that. And this fleet, I did want to move back in with the Druckenwell Defenders, which I think we're going to send to Naboo.
Construction complete.
Because we're going to go to Woostry and Naboo.
Construction complete.
So let's get hard cells in there. Woostry. And I think this will be the first time we're using the Auxilia or the Captor. I forget which one I made, but one of them. Let's also take this opportunity to build Visible Hand.
Production.
Imminent.
And we can also queue up Taxing the Republic,
Unit.
Camp
Vehicle
Jupiter.
in production.
There are a few more patron units to add still. I was just waiting until we cleared out the list a little bit more. There'll probably be one more episode and then I'll add in the rest. Since we're now getting towards the point where we have all of them.
There they are.
Choose your reinforcements.
Alright. Part of the Canucks going with Belladonna. Am I a droid or a ship? The Gunray and its code user in. So there were a comment or two about the firing angle of the main ion cannons on the subjugators. Well, it may get limited a little bit more. We don't want to make it so that it can just fire straight out, because the target acquisition and pathfinding in Empire at War it struggles at the best of time. So giving a ship this big, making it need to like flop around a lot,
Lasers are our target.
usually ends badly. Of course, the engines are the one thing that I'm not destroying. There we go. Things like unit rotation speed, bank angle, all that is going to be part of upcoming reworks. Fighter reworks have mostly been concluded, aside from whatever's going to change with damage and armor matrix changes.
Tactical battle
Oh
imminent.
shit. But yeah, so a lot of the tactical stats for units are going to be shifted around. We're going to be trying to make units a bit more unique in their roles for their factions.
Choose your reinforcements.
Balance stuff out a little bit better where possible.
The enemy
Okay,
is
we're gonna
approaching.
En route.
drop here. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. It's not that serious. Thunderchild.
Navigating to coordinates.
Let's throw some recusants in the back there. Even worse pathfinding. Star Tours. Potato. Munificence, so let's get droids are overrated. Corrin's
Flank
Revenge.
speed. Coming about.
Battlecruiser 87. Some Gozantis
Reinforcements
for
en
anti-fighter. An
route.
Auxilia.
Destination.
I kind of wish I had the Captor instead, which is the carrier version. Some guy Luke.
They're falling back.
Okay. Oh, they have a good amount of ground units here, so yeah. They're just going to want to protect those. We had the upper hand there. It would have been a costly battle probably, but the AI really likes not losing its ground units. So most of that stack was actually ground units. And especially with the amount of bombers we had, the Praetor would have been not the safest.
Fallout.
Alright, so let's also throw in a nice beep boop.
Constructing unit.
And I'm gonna move Gunray
Brigade standing by.
Moving into position.
just briefly. We're gonna get ourselves another
Researching.
Techno Union.
Research complete.
On our way.
By week 40, yeah, 40, I want to have the Techno Union integrated, if we can. That's what, 6 more? 6 times 3,500. 18, 6 times 5, yeah, 21. So that should be doable. That's basically 4 and a bit weeks worth of income of the next 14. So probably can even do it before then. But let's go to Ustri. And Dooku.
Invasion commencing.
Alright, doesn't seem like they have a lot of defending forces here, just some ARC troopers.
The enemy has been spotted.
That's what it looks like with the icons gone there.
Choose your reinforcements.
Heading out.
Right away.
At maximum unit capacity.
Right, there's actually the light vehicle factory right there, so let's start getting towards that. I kind of want to change the color of the... Ooh.
We've captured an abandoned trigger laser tower.
Change the color of the Fog of War, especially now that like shadows are actually doing a bit more in bloom as well. It's a bit harder to see where there's just a regular shadow and where the Fog of War coloring is.
Form up. Attack.
Awaiting orders.
Fire.
Our base is under attack.
Okay, let's park some Droideka. There.
Copy. Right away.
Alright, we should be safe to move on up this way.
Fire. Orders received.
Let's get one of you over there. One of you... Well, you're gonna go here.
We've lost the abandoned
You're gonna go here.
Moving ahead.
Ooh, the turrets are not really what I wanted to fight there.
I copy. Reporting.
Form up.
Alright, count. I'm counting on you.
Waiting orders. Firing. Move out.
Yes, Commander.
Copy.
Alright, you...
I copy.
This isn't fair.
Ready for your orders, sir.
Reporting. Right away.
Alright, just scamper out of there.
Battalion standing by. Mauler ready. Moving out.
Okay,
Yes,
that
sir. Attack
took a lot,
position.
but it finally worked.
bombing run available. We've secured a build
Bomber
pad.
squadron reporting.
Target's locked.
Okay, there's a lot of infantry just coming up the line there, so let's go blow them up.
Time order. Copy.
Dooku, you're not dead yet. That's good.
Ready.
I really thought I'd lose another hero by now.
Unit destroyed. Unit destroyed. Unit destroyed.
Come on, you just gotta kill the arcs.
Destroyed.
And roll out.
Unit destroyed.
Choose your reinforcements.
Persuaders, I guess? No, I'm gonna get more Droideka.
Reinforcements cancelled. We've lost a landing zone.
Dooku over here.
Activating. Heading
Persuaders
out.
over here.
We've lost a build pad. We've secured a landing zone.
Coordinates. Roger that.
Alright, just run up the road. Dooku, you can do the same. See if you can actually get to them. And we're just gonna kill these turrets with our hailfires. Like, sound design is probably the biggest gap we have still. And that'll probably be something that is worked on more throughout different versions.
Bombardment available.
Okay, so far so good.
Constructing. Building started.
Got to figure out where our border is going to be. Really, Mechas is where it's going to have to be.
Cruiser reporting.
We've got the HMP.
Arrival imminent.
And this is a ground force.
Requesting backup.
Brigade standing by.
So we'll see if we can take Naboo. But this should end up as a good third fleet for us as well. Let's get Municipal Malfeasance, Riser CSM.
Construction complete.
All right. Move you over there for this next turn over. And
Research complete.
just get some more favor for us. Oh wait, not the button I wanted to press. Agamar, yeah, that not much we can do about that. The Republic isn't going to want to invade the Commerce Guild very much. I think we're fine on that end. But that's also where we're going to get 2 of the units, so... Because again, there's not as many rewards for the influence gains as there will be either by release or ideally. That's another thing that we're going to be changing a lot as we go along. But... Alright, so we'll clear that off, but we'll first send in Severance.
Invasion commencing.
I am waiting.
You shall want something?
Huh?
Misa ready.
Gungans are going to fight for us because we haven't done the switch over the maps yet. I mentioned it on the first episode, I think, but the way the maps work, because we're building the mod in the same folders as Imperial Civil War, there's some maps that need to just switch back with different affiliations for local units.
Enemy unit sighted.
And a lot of those edits are done, they're just not set up to switch yet, so that will be a thing.
Turret constructing.
Alright, I feel like we're going to get rushed, so... Let's get the HMPs back a bit. They're strong, but I don't want them to try to like fight off everything on their own.
Capacity.
We might scout out a bit with them. Let's send
Moving out.
one of those to
Commander
each
Skywalker
place.
reporting. Where do you need me? Awaiting your signal.
And for a lot of the voices, for stuff that we can't finish
Secured a
by
build
release, we'll
pad.
probably just strip it out to make sure that there's not the wrong sounds, because usually that's worse than none. Alright, we're gonna try to take the bases down with that.
Form up. Awaiting orders.
And let's get a repair
Repair station
platform.
constructing.
Alright, it's gonna be... and we're gonna try to use the HMPs to take on the structures.
Copy.
Open fire. Ready, sir. Target in range.
I copy. Let's move out.
Right away.
Construction complete.
A lot of units are actually able to shoot them,
Reporting.
so they're not as good as they are in a lot of other mods, where a lot of their power comes from the fact that they are kind of unanswerable.
Orders received.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, let's go up a little bit more.
Going. Ready.
Don't
for
go
your
too
orders,
far.
sir.
Alright, nice. Ah. Don't do that.
Unit destroyed.
That was really unfortunate pathfinding.
Battalion standing by.
Alright, get down. Nope. Nope. Okay, that's actually
Volume
impassable.
run available.
Can we destroy this? And can you get down here?
Computers locked on target.
Doesn't look like it. Alright, so let's just try to kill what we can.
Channel open. Attack.
Mauler ready. Time Mauler. Copy.
Alright, all of our best vehicles against
Ready.
AT-AT.
Attacking.
That it hit it. Seems like some were probably destroyed beforehand.
Fire. Form up.
Activating.
Targeting.
Alright, I'm gonna try to get the HMP out of there.
Coordinates.
Firing.
Alright, we're gonna go up this path, and
Copy.
our heroes are gonna go too.
They will know
Severance is gonna take some creative ways around,
Enemy
and we're
target.
gonna try to use her to destroy parts of the base while they're distracted.
They are in my sights. Form up. Awaiting orders. Copy.
Let's get some repairs done if we can.
Attack that target. I copy. Attacking target.
I copy. Reporting. Over there.
Alright, Severance.
Awaiting your command. They are nothing.
What's the mission?
Reporting. Heading out. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright, we're gonna get an orbital bombardment. I think I'm gonna use it on the heavy vehicle factory. Just because that's gonna be the hardest part of the base to get to.
bombardment.
And I want to
available.
guarantee that it's dead. Because the bombing runs are going to get shut down by all these AA turrets.
What is my
And as we get through the ground reworks, that's probably not going to be a strategy that's super feasible.
Yes, Commander.
Because we are going to be changing the way that planetary shields work. Or shield gens work. And they should be a bit more common. So you'll have to at least break through stuff before you can use bombing runs
Do
or
you have a
orbital
plan?
bombardments anywhere.
I will kill them.
Alright, Severance. Sever their arms from their bodies.
Right away. For the Emperor.
Skywalker reporting.
Alright, Grievous. Grievous Skywalker.
I'm here. Moving.
Okay, Severance.
If I must. I go, heading out, on my way. With pleasure.
Yes, Commander. Transmit the order.
Yes,
Bombing run
it
available.
will be done.
Bombers at the ready.
Bombing run in there.
I will.
Severance, you can back up a little bit.
Gold Squadron commencing attack.
I copy.
Alright, now we're gonna get our second landing pad finally.
What is it, Commander?
We've secured a landing zone.
Die, traitors. Heading in that
There.
direction.
You can probably handle all that. These persuaders I'm gonna just send in with
What
Severance.
is your order? Of course. They will not survive.
Ready. All out. Let's move out.
Base is under attack.
I'm with you. Understood. Stay close to me.
Alright. None of you are gonna be especially helpful.
Let me help you.
Ready, sir.
HMP though,
Where's the next target?
you can definitely help.
Order. Copy.
It's anti-vehicle.
Scanning
Go over
perimeter.
What
there.
do you need?
Severance. You can handle the AV turret. And we'll send the HMV to help Severance directly.
Awaiting instructions.
Ready. Initiate sweep. In attack position.
Active.
Choose
Alright,
your
you go into
reinforcements.
there. Let's get Hailfires.
Right away.
Loathsome.
Setting course.
Persuaders.
Activating.
And
Setting course.
you can go help the HMPs. I think it's not firing its missiles because it's too close.
I am ready.
Here we go.
Coordinates.
Okay, the last thing is going to probably be those guys there. So let's actually move the
Go.
Tri-Droids and Hailfires over this way.
Roger that.
Attack.
How can I help you?
What do you wish? I will strike.
Providing covering fire. Form up.
It is about time.
Unit destroyed.
Orders received.
Alright.
Fire at will.
You guys have the range to get past all that.
I shall eliminate
Severance.
attacking the enemy. I will be there soon. Engaging. So be it.
Alright, you are still in range. That is
Right away.
not what I was hoping for.
Bombing run available.
Ready to receive
Bombing
orders.
run. What do we got? Very little.
Initiate attack run.
Gold Squadron commencing attack.
Awaiting orders.
Awaiting your command.
Copy. Changing course.
We've got them on the run.
Hey!
Keep going.
What a productive episode it's been.
The enemy has been defeated.
That's what I thought. Jerks.
System conquered.
Building under construction.
Settle all that. And I think we will just send this fleet over to Agamar now.
Tactical battle
Or not.
imminent.
They're gonna try to I think they were trying to travel through here. But
We've got them. Send reinforcements.
oh, we're gonna be right up in the back. Ooh. the biggest ship in the mod until the Mandator gets in, which won't be for the first release, but every battle we've had with the biggest ship is on one of the smallest vanilla maps.
Attacking the
And this is kind of what the Subjugator excels at, because the ion weapon is really good single target, like really good single target damage, as you guys just saw. That might even get toned down a little bit, but it's basically great against these smaller amounts of larger targets. If it's against fighters, it's not going to do super well. If it's against even groups of frigates, it's not going to do super well. But
The engines are our primary target.
all right, and the engines are down as well, more or less. Close enough to down that we could end it if we really needed to.
Yes, Commander. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Clearly, this was just an attempt for their bombers to get into
Orders, sir. Course set.
after our ground units.
Lander reporting. Transmission received.
Get out of there.
Direct fire at their laser cannons. Target those lasers. Direct fire at their laser cannons.
I'm not sure if this is the one they started with, because the Republic does start with one on Kuat.
Falling back.
Yeah, if you want to leave, that's fine. I could not care even the slightest bit less. Alright, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. That was pretty productive. So next episode, hopefully we'll be able to take Mechas, Dara, and Malistaire. We'll continue on with our attempts to assimilate the Techno Union. I think we're at, what, 70, 75? I forget which one it was. We're at 75. So we only need 5 more weeks of income spent on them. Less than that, because we're making 5,000, we're spending 3,500. So hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far, though. There will be an Empire of the Hand one starting next Friday as well. But the next episode of this playthrough will be on Sunday. So thanks again for watching, and hope to see you next time. Bye.